if you speak Hausa, you speak Yoruba, she say with you. I don't know if you can speak Igbo so that you can be Wazobia.
I can't speak Igbo very well. Oh.
Just say hello. Just say hello to your Igbo fans as well.
I can't speak Igbo. Otutu uno. Maybe it's good morning. Nabogi, I'm calling you. Yes.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's Ellen. And like you're growing up in Kaduna State. How is it growing up in Kaduna? How does it look like? Being someone who is from Kogi State, Kogi State is just like a middle belt. But a lot of people think
Central North.
Yeah. What do you say?
It's the Central North.
Is it Central? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And
middle belt, yeah.
People are saying maybe for someone who can sing gospel like that, and with your the way Kaduna is, and you can be able to penetrate there, or your dad or your parents. How? I mean, can you explain how you're growing up in Kaduna State? How does it look like?
I grew up like every other person living in Kaduna State.
Mm-hmm.
I was born and brought up in Kaduna. Yeah, I was born and brought up in Kaduna. I school in Kaduna. Every of my activities is in Kaduna. Every of my life I've spent in Kaduna. And I grew up in a Christian family, in a family of 4, being the only daughter with 3 boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lovely one. Well, can you tell us your secondary school, primary school, and if possible, your tertiary institution that you attended, please?
As I've said earlier, that I've been in Kaduna through all my life. My primary school education in Kaduna, which is Unity Nursery and Primary School, located in Kaduna. Okay, and my secondary school, Blessed Academy in Kaduna, and my tertiary level, I went to Federal Polytechnic Kaduna State, Kaduna Polytechnic. That was where I did my ND and my HND. And
when you want to do your youth service, you had the youth service in Kaduna too.
Yes, when I wanted to do my youth service, I was let me say I camped in Edo State, but I redeployed back to Kaduna State because that was when I lost my mom. I needed to come back to Kaduna to take care of my father, being the only daughter. So I had to relocate back to Kaduna. So I served here in Kaduna, but I camped in Edo.
Oh, that's good. But it's a pathetic thing to hear that you lost your mom when you were about to serve the nation. Sorry about that. And
thank you so much, sir.
Like can you share your experience? What you ever regret when you were growing up, or when you were growing up as a child? Can you just can you share with us, like, you're growing up, like, what you ever regretted like, oh wow, I remember when I took meat from my mother's meat. I remember when
I was coming to that. Okay. Actually, what I regretted was when I was a child, though, not now. I used to steal from my dad.
Oh, wow.
I steal his money. Yes, I used to say, it's my father's money. I can steal his money. At least what he has is what I have to. And then I don't used to steal it for myself. It's not that maybe I'm hungry or I didn't say anything to eat. I steal to give it to less privileged, those that doesn't have. Then, because I have this passion when I was growing up, like there's something in me, there's this zeal in me that I need to help people. And even when I was growing up, I said to myself that I'm going to establish a non-governmental organization to help the less privileged ones, the vulnerable people, a child with a single parent, let me say widowers, people with disabilities. I have passion for them. So when I was growing up, I find myself, I used to steal my father's money, not to go and get sweets or biscuits, but to give it to those that doesn't have. And my dad knew. anything that miss in the house, go and call Anu. She's the one. She's the one. So I regretted stealing. But the primary aim of me doing that, I didn't regret it because I'm using it to help people. Yeah.
So if you if you have opportunity now to have like money, what you intend to do is to help less privileged. Whatever you have, you want to use it to help the less privileged. Oh, that's a wonderful.
Yes. I've come to realize that there is nothing in this world. It's vanity upon vanity. Whatever you have, just use it to help. It's what you impact in people's life that they will say about you when you're gone. When you're in this world and you've not made any impact, that means, let me just say, you've come to this world to do nothing. But when you're rich, just make impact, leave something behind. So people will say, when you're gone, this is what you did. So
yeah, and let's digress a little bit about the religious crisis in Kaduna. It's not part of this. It's just we are just digressing, and I don't want to be too political or to be too because it's a personality interview I'm doing. But because you are in Kaduna, like the crisis between the Christians and the other religion in Nigeria that is happening in Kaduna, how do you classify that? How can you?
That is the only challenges we're having in Kaduna. Like, Kaduna is a good state, but the crisis, if it happens, it destroys so many people's properties and life. We are one of the victims. Before, I wasn't living where I'm living presently. We're living in Abattoir, somewhere in Kabbalah, Abattoir. But during the crisis that happened, Miss Ward, they destroyed my father's house, properties, they burnt everything. We were left with nothing. Let me say nothing. So we now start afresh. When there's life, there is hope. But since my dad is a prominent pastor here in Kaduna, we can't just live like that. Leave the church behind and just move away or run away. We keep praying that things will be well. Things will be well. Because any crisis that happen in Kaduna, they will try to turn it to religion crisis. It might not be religion crisis, but there's this enmity between this Christian and, since we're in the north now, they want to dominate the Christians. So,
do you convert Muslims and do you convert lots of Muslims to Christianity, or how do you? Because I look at it as, and it's just like someone is going to Saudi Arabia to church. I don't know if though Nigeria is.
No, let me tell you something. Kaduna is not meant for Muslim. Kaduna is meant for Christians. Like, let me say, Southern Kaduna is meant for Christians. So Christians are more dominated in Kaduna than Muslim. We have some areas in Kaduna that, in short, you won't see one mosque. In Kaduna, you won't see one mosque. Like in Sabo, it's Christians all over the place. Is Christian. You won't see one single mosque. In Kudende, you won't see one single mosque. For you to know, like where I'm living now, we have close to 32 churches. We are living. We have a lot of Christians here in Kaduna. It's not only Muslim that is in Kaduna. A lot of Christians here in Kaduna.
Oh, that's good. Well, are they when the crisis is going on, that sometimes people we have a lot of casualty, people who lost their lives, lost their properties, and what's your advice for those people who engage in those hearts as a Christian and as a gospel minister? So what's your advice for them?
My own advice is that we should keep open unto God. I told you, like I said, I was once a victim. We lost properties, we lost everything, but we start afresh, and yet we are still in Kaduna. Let's keep praying for Kaduna and the whole world entirely, because there's no place that is safe. It's only God that is keeping us. There's no place that is safe. We should just put all our hope and trust in God and believe things will go well. If we pray for our country, automatically there will be peace in the country and in the state too.
Yeah, thank you so much. And your advice to those people who are fighting, they should stop it or they should keep on doing it?
They should. No, they should stop. God will touch their heart so that they can stop.
Amen. Yeah, we'll go back to the question of your personality interview now. Thank you for giving us that information about and
you're welcome, sir.
Advice you give to them. Thank you so much. And another one is, the question here is, if you're asked to change something, if you're asked to change anything when you were growing up, what would you like to change? I mean, like you said, maybe you might want to change that. Or maybe the central don't want to go, you always murmur, or maybe you are very stubborn with mommy because you know that, yes, mommy is, we are both female in the house. So it's either you wash the plate or I won't wash it, you know?
Like, if I want to change anything, let me just say there's nothing to change, because I was well brought up. You know, I live in a Christian home.